why Reese stays on your neck.
It's on my neck.
Look, I'm not going to talk about what's in the contract. What I know is that you should know, or anyone with any knowledge of boxing knows that when you go into a fight like this, there is a rematch clause, and things are papered. So there's no Andy. We've spoken to Andy's team. Andy's, I think, talking about a rematch at the weekend, saying it's going to be easier this time and stuff like that. It's on. If could it not happen? Yeah, if Andy Ruiz maybe said, I'm going to take a couple of years break, right? Could it not happen if AJ went, do you know what, actually, I'm not going to have the rematch next, and I'm going to go and have a couple of warm-up fights next year, or this year? So, if AJ got injured, I don't know.
What if Ruiz got injured?
Then it just extends.
But you're not allowed to take a fight in that meantime. Say he was injured.
Yeah, again, but this is stuff in the again, just use your brain. You know how I operate, right? I'm not a muck. So, just what do you think?
Should we run a contract?
I should be able to know, but it's important. It's not something that I just sort of papered myself and went, yeah, mate, that looks good. Like this goes through 5 or 6 different lawyers. This is big business. Of course. So when you're asking those questions, just have a break and go, yeah, you would have thought of that.
All right, can I just?
You're thinking about.
Can I ask one thing?
Anything.
The money that Ruiz will receive in the rematch, was that already set, done and dusted before the first fight?
Again, some questions you don't have to ask. Just think something.
Yeah, I know, but then when I hear him say it,
why ask it?
No, but when I hear Ruiz saying some stuff, then I'm like,
yeah, look, just you know me.
All right.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I'm so glad that Eddie, cover-up/Eddie, Earn Hearn, has come out and ethered all these dumbass dudes. It's funny, one of the biggest proponents of the whole, oh yeah man, Eddie Hearn gotta get his checkbook out. You best believe Al Gaiman, is gonna get $50 million for Andy Ruiz. Yeah, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua can't afford Andy Ruiz. Yeah, Al Gaiman gonna come through. Yeah, Al Gaiman's gonna come through. All this business, as if Al Heyman's literally a magician. He would literally have to listen. The way AJ and Eddie Hearn have got Ruiz and Heyman tangled up in his contract, he would literally have to become Houdini to get another penny over what was contracted in there. Simple as that. You heard it from Eddie Hearn already. 6 of the top lawyers, 6 of the top corporate lawyers have got your boy Al Heyman damn near roped down to the canvas. He's sat there with his pants by his ankles. No joke. 100%. I've heard from people on the inside. They've told me that Andy Ruiz and Al Heyman are literally enchained by Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. That's how deep, that's how ironclad this contract is. Never mind 50 million. They want to worry about keeping their mortgage. That's what they want to worry about. Never mind 50 million. Yeah? That's what we do know. They are tangled up. That's the people talking about, oh yeah, yeah man, the fight's being delayed. The fight's being delayed because Al Heyman's got, the way Eddie Hearn's got this dude tangled up, Al Heyman trying to get the funds together. Al Heyman and Andy Ruiz have got to pay them for the rematch. Facts. That's the truth of the matter. 100%. Got him tangled up. No doubt. But anyway, let's get serious on this one because, as I was saying, one of the biggest idiots who have been trying to push the narrative that Andy Ruiz or Al Gaiman have some sort of power in this situation was Fanny Nanny. Now, Fanny Nanny Fanon. He's meant to be a lawyer. I don't get it. Honestly, I really don't understand this. And it's truly baffling. When you sign a fight and you put a rematch clause in, did you think, like Eddie Hearn says here, did you think they leave it all open? Oh yeah, we're going to put a rematch clause in, but how much we pay you, I'll tell you what we'll do. We won't put it in black ink now. We'll leave it in your hands, Andy Ruiz. If you do beat us, we'll pretty much leave an open checkbook. Are you joking? Everything in there is stipulated and ran through 6 of the top legal dons. Simple as that. Tangled up. Al Tangled Up Heyman. That's his new name from now on. Al Matchroom contractually obligated Heyman. Al contractually obligated Heyman. That's his new name. Al Matchroom matrimonially contractual obligated Heyman. All these big ass words in there just for Al Heyman. That's what he's doing. He's got to listen. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua say jump, and Al Heyman and Andy Ruiz say how high. That's it. That's simple, no doubt. Why do you think? Listen, the whole reason it's taken so long is because AJ's sitting somewhere and he's just deciding at the moment. He's thinking, you know what? Do I want it in the UK? Do I want it in the US? He's not sure. And Andy Ruiz saying, oh, please, Joshua, hurry up. We need to know when it's going to happen. He's sitting there, listen, we run things. We will let you know when we're damn ready to. It may be here, it may be there. I suggest you prepare for both locations. That's literally what's going on here, by the way. I've got inside sources. The YB has inside sources. Then we ain't in no rush. The A side is in no rush to do anything. We'll let you know when we're damn ready to. That's what's going on here. Andy Ruiz getting paid 10 million for the rematch, and that's it. AJ still the A side. Simple, 100%. It makes me laugh as well. As I was saying, the alleged legal solicitor lawyer called Fanon. How do you not get this? I really don't understand it. What do you think happened in the contract negotiations at the start? Do you think the rematch clause is literally left wide open? Oh, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. If you beat us, we'll discuss the rematch clause, or we'll discuss the rematch purse at the time. How would that make sense from the A-side's point of view? Seriously, because at the point that Ruiz and Joshua signed the fight, the first time, Joshua was the 95-5 A-side. So why wouldn't you put in there a punitive rematch clause? Oh, listen, and this is what I've been telling Joshua. I don't understand why he pays these muppets so much money. Because they ain't... If you fight Wilder, you're lucky to get 2 million. So I'd be going in there saying, you know what, guys, we're going to pay you 3 million. And if you beat us in the rematch, you'll get 4. That's it. Simple as that. What's the point of being so nice for? Because you best believe, Ruiz would have took that fight for free. As in, he would have took that fight for $3 million. Why are you paying these guys 8? I don't get it. From now on, when you win this rematch, this is what I'd be doing. I'd be treating people exactly, because there's no awards, there's no presents. As an example, if Ruiz beats you again, do you think he's going to be saying to you, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay you 8 and all these big numbers? Of course they won't. Dylan White already said as an example. Dylan White said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to become mandatory, and then when I beat Joshua, I'm going to call the shots. And that's his right, to be fair. But Joshua needs to stop fanning around for all this 40% and people talk about 50%. From now on, when he beats Ruiz, I'd have no more talk. From now on, whoever you fight has to bring something to the table. Yeah? If you're making 100 million and Joshua's making 100 million, 50-50 is fine. If Joshua's making 50 and you're making 10, there's no talk of any more than 80-20. That's it. And that's what you should do from now on going forward. When you beat Ruiz, no messing about. From now on, everyone gets the Floyd Mayweather treatment. Victor Ortiz, who was WBC champion, he got paid $2 million on an event which generated $90 million. He got a 2.5% split, and rightly so. And these dudes were grateful for it. Andre Berto got a similar amount. Robert Guerrero got a similar amount. All these type of cats getting $2 or $3 million. And let's not forget, back in 2011, 2012, people were begging for that money, and rightly so. They was grateful for it. Now, you got Joshua, who's generating less than Floyd, but paying 2 or 3 times more. No, not happening. And I do blame Eddie Hearn to an extent. In my opinion, it's bad business. I understand in the Charles Martin situation, they felt they had to overpay, but in reality, they didn't have to overpay. Because that's what mandatories are for. You become mandatory and get a chance at the belt anyway. So I feel going forward from now on, no more nicey. Pay these suckers what they bring to the table. Because Andy Ruiz, why was he getting 6 or 7 or 8 the first time? For what? What had he done to earn that? Seriously, what had he done? He should have been getting 600-700k. Let's not forget. Let's call a spade it. Everyone had no problem sucking off Wilder for paying Ortiz 500 grand. Is it not? Is that not the case? Ortiz got paid 500 grand and everyone was talking about, oh yeah, Wilder's great for giving Ortiz a chance. Yeah, Wilder's great because they've both got disabled children. Yeah, they're great. Wilder's great. They was all sucking him off for giving him 500 grand. Why is AJ going around here giving people 8? Why is Eddie Hearn handing $8 million out willy-nilly? Another joke. Jarrell Pig Baby Miller. He was another one. I think Eddie offered him like what, 6 or something. And this is how much of a I've got to blame Eddie on this one. This is how much of a joke Eddie's made Joshua in that sense. So Eddie Hearn offers Jarrell Miller 6. And Jarrell Miller starts bragging about, oh yeah, man, I told the zone, 6 ain't enough. Y'all better put some more on top. And then he eventually got to 8 because the zone sent him another 2. I'm thinking, what the fuck? This dude's earning 100 grand. The dude's earning 100 grand to fight on some dead ass shows. 100, 200 grand tops. But yet, he comes to Joshua fight and my man's making demands. The zone are having to dig into their back pockets. Are you joking? But like I said, a few years ago, you had people begging. Victor Ortiz got paid $2 million to fight Floyd on a card that generated damn near 100 million. And he was grateful for it. You didn't hear about him saying, oh yeah, HBO or Showtime had to pay me more. No, he was grateful for the 2. And rightly so. But Eddie Hearn and Joshua's niceness, and he's too nice at this point, man. I'm sorry, it's taking the piss now. Because the bottom line is, this loss should really hit home to you now. As in, people are taking food out of your mouth. That 8 million you paid Ruiz, he didn't need to get paid more than 1. I'd give him 1. Because that 7, that goes into your kids' pockets. Why are you fattening up Ruiz's pockets for? You don't know him from Adam. And it's great to be a nice dude, but the bottom line is, no one else is doing it. Simple, and the other thing is, no one ain't paying you no favours. Andy Ruiz coming out saying, oh, Joshua was not a good boxer. Your passion, your sport, your passion, and he tells you ain't no good at it. That's how much respect he's got for you giving him $8 million when he wasn't worth 500 grand. Seriously, I'd have paid him 500-600 grand, and guess what? He'd have been grateful for that. And that's how the world works. When you give, like, when there's nice people in the world, you'll notice people start to expect things. Yeah. As an example, when you've got like when you don't give a lot, when you're tight and you don't give a lot, people are grateful for what they get. But when you're a nice person and you start giving stuff out, people become greedy. They actually want more. The nicer you are, the more they want. The more you give, the more they'll take. Does that make sense? If you're a person who don't give a lot, people will be grateful for the little scraps you throw them. As in like Floyd. Floyd taking home not a 95% payday. Victor Ortiz and Guerrero and Barry, they were grateful for the little scraps they got. And rightly so. AJ on the other hand, giving huge chunks out, $8 million, when the guy hasn't made 200 grand before. And yet people are sitting, oh yeah, he's not even a good boxer. Yeah, he's not a good boxer. So, that's what I think anyway. And ultimately, from a business point of view, that's $8 million, which Eddie Hearn could have got a slice off. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't understand the business. I've never claimed to be a, well, listen, I know everything about business, but bottom line is, listen, if I'm missing something, comment below. So can someone explain to me why they had to pay Ruiz $8 million for the first fight on the rematch? Listen, I'd have paid him 1 for the first fight and 2 for the second fight if he beat me. Simple as that. Where else is he going to go? That's what it comes down to. You have to think about the opportunity cost, or what other value did Ruiz have? In order for him to get paid 8, I best be hearing he's got another fight which could pay him 6 or 7. Seriously, that's how it should work. That's how the market works. For Joshua and Eddie Hearn and Joshua's team to be paying Fat Pig Baby Miller $8 million, he must have had some other opportunities, some competing opportunities, offering him 7 or 8, surely. No? It's mental, it's bad business, it is, I'm sorry. Yeah? Jarrell Miller's next best alternative was probably 200-300 grand at best. So therefore, you should offer him 600 grand. And guess what? If you offer Jarrell Miller 600 grand, you wouldn't see him complaining to the zone, because he'd be thinking to himself, you know what? These guys ain't messing about, I better take this before they go somewhere else. And that's how I'd run the ship from now on. I'd say, listen guys, from now on, we're sending people one offer. If we don't hear back within 24 hours, it's going to the next person. And you see how quick things change. You won't be messing about with Luis Ortiz's manager anymore, because people will start realising there ain't no, at the moment, financially speaking, Joshua's a big money pot that everyone thinks they can put their hand in and dig a whole load out. Oh, look Ortiz. Ortiz thinking, oh yeah, we want 10. What is this? What's going on here? It seems like it's literally a money pot. I want this, give me it. Wilder, I want 100 grand. Wilder, I want $400 million fight, give me it. What the fuck going on? Bad business.